Okay, the episode hasn't even started and there's already a goof. This brake van has a lifted roof. Anyway, Thomas and Percy are good friends, but Percy sometimes teases Thomas about being frightened, and he doesn't like that at all. One evening, he was dozing happily, but Percy wanted to talk.
Wake up, Thomas. Are you dreaming about the time you thought I was a ghost?
Thomas's lamp is crooked. Thomas says he was only pretending to be scared. He knew it was Percy. Percy, anyway, continued teasing him.
I hope the guard leaves the light on for you tonight. Why? Asked Thomas. I quite like the dark. Oh, really? Exclaimed Percy. I am surprised. I'd always thought you were afraid of the dark. I wonder why. Thomas decided to say nothing and went to sleep instead.
I think when Thomas will go to sleep again, he should have a sleepy face mask from previous scene. I think Crew mistakenly swapped those two scenes, so this is how it's supposed to be like.
Thomas decided to say nothing and went to sleep instead.
Next day, Sir Topham Hatt came to see Thomas. He told him to go to the harbour to collect something unusual. Thomas asked what sort of something, but Sir Topham Hatt says it's a surprise. But there's one thing I need to point out. In the night scenes, Thomas was in the bed next to Percy, but in the morning, Thomas is in the bed on the far right. Meanwhile, Percy was shunting in the lower Sudbury yards. Henry was just passing by with his goods train. But take a closer look on Henry. Before the scene ends, he has bounced a little bit. Also, he has extremely big gap between his face and eye. So Signalman changed the switches and Percy waited until Henry passed by. But then there was trouble.
I can't switch them back. The workmen will mend them in the morning. It's too late now. I'm sorry, Percy, but you will have to stay here for the night. Where are you going? Asked Percy. Home for tea, replied the fireman. Percy was speechless.
And his face is crooked. Percy watched as the other engines went home to the sheds. But Percy's eyes are extremely wonky. Nighttime came and Percy began to feel very lonely.
Oh, what's that?
It was only an owl, but Percy didn't realize this.
I wish Thomas was here too, he sighed.
Meanwhile, Thomas was waiting for his mysterious load at the harbour.
Suddenly, there it was. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. It's a dragon. Don't worry, laughed his driver. This dragon is made of paper. It's for the carnival tomorrow. Workmen lifted the dragon onto Thomas's low loader and put lights all around it for protection.
All around it? But it looks like there are only 3 inside the dragon. Also, if you took a closer look, you could spot some wires that are most likely wires connecting the power source of the lights. Thomas set off into the misty night. Meanwhile, Percy was sleeping on the siding, and he had no idea that Thomas was approaching him. Wait a second, where's that steam coming from? It couldn't come from Thomas because he's too far away.
Help! Cried Percy. I'm not going to open my eyes until my driver comes.
Next morning, the switches were mended and Percy puffed back to the station. Gordon was just to leave with the express.
You'll never guess what I saw last night.
Percy's left eyebrow is slightly not visible. Gordon was in no mood for puzzles.
I'm a busy engine. I don't have time for your games. I've seen a huge dragon. It was covered in lights.
Once again, dragon was covering the lights, not lights were covering the dragon.
When the other engines heard the news, they laughed too.
James's eyes are wonky. Henry's brakepipe is crooked. And his front boggie is derailed.
Look out, Percy, chuckled James, or the dragon may gobble you up. No one believes me, puffed Percy. Maybe I did imagine the dragon after all.
The trucks in the background leads to a dead end. And also, where's another flatbed that Thomas was pushing? Was it no longer needed for the upcoming carnival?
But Percy soon found out that he hadn't.
Percy's roof is crooked. And the coaches have crooked roofs too.
Help! Save me! Cried Percy. It's all right, whistled Thomas. And he explained about the carnival. By the way, how was your night out?
Percy decided to tell Thomas the truth.
Well, Percy, said Thomas, maybe we do get scared sometimes, but if we're not afraid to tell each other, then that means we're quite brave too.
So those are all of the goofs found in Season 3 episode Thomas, Percy and the Dragon. I hope you all enjoyed this video, my D train lovers, and I'll see you next time.